Tiffany Stratton beats Trish Stratus in a dream match at WWE Evolution 2025. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. It finally happened. A match that once seemed impossible became reality at WWE Evolution 2025. Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. Past versus present. Legacy versus the future. And when the dust settled, the unthinkable occurred. Tiffany Stratton stood tall over one of the greatest women to ever step foot inside a WWE ring. This was more than a match. It was a statement, a generational war that tested pride, ego, skill, and heart. Today, we're diving deep into every moment of this epic showdown, the emotion behind it, the fallout, and what it means for Tiffany Stratton moving forward. Strap in, wrestling fans. This is the full story of how Tiffany Stratton defeated Trish Stratus in one of the most iconic matches in WWE history, how the dream match was made. Let's rewind to the weeks leading up to Evolution 2025. The event had already promised to be the biggest all-women's show WWE has ever produced. Titles were on the line. Rivalries were set to explode. But nobody expected the bombshell WWE dropped 2 weeks before the show. On Monday Night Raw, Tiffany Stratton walked to the ring, draped in her Women's World Championship, exuding her usual arrogance. She had just beaten Bianca Belair in controversial fashion, and the fans were not having it. But Tiffany had one more card to play. Imitating Tiffany. You've seen me beat everyone this generation has to offer. Now it's time I beat a legend. I want the biggest icon in WWE history. I want Trish Stratus at WWE Evolution. The crowd went wild. Social media exploded. And one night later, the legend herself, Trish Stratus, posted a simple message on X. Imitating Trish. You want me? You got me. Evolution. Let's see if you're ready for Stratusfaction. The dream match was official. Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. And from that moment on, the WWE Universe was counting down the days. Building the feud, Trish versus Tiffany. In the 2 weeks leading up to Evolution, the tension between Trish and Tiffany escalated quickly. Tiffany mocked Trish's age, calling her yesterday's news and promising to send her into permanent retirement. You used to be it, Trish. Now you're just vintage. Cute but irrelevant. I'm the one little girls look up to now. I'm the moment. You're a memory. Trish fired back with passion and pride. She reminded everyone that she walked so women like Tiffany could run. That she broke down the doors Tiffany now walks through with a smug grin. Trish voice. You're talented, Tiffany, but respect is something you earn. And at Evolution, I'm going to teach you that the past still hits hard. The final Raw before Evolution ended in chaos. Trish and Tiffany came face to face during a contract signing. A war of words turned into shoves. Tiffany tried to slap Trish, only to get slapped so hard herself, she fell out of her chair. The crowd erupted. Trish stood tall. But everyone knew Tiffany wouldn't forget that humiliation. And it set the stage for a match destined to go down in history. WWE Evolution 2025. The match of generations. The atmosphere inside the sold-out Barclays Center was electric. Tiffany Stratton made her entrance first, dressed in custom gold ring gear, her championship over her shoulder, and a look of icy confidence. Then came Trish Stratus, the legend, the icon, dressed in her classic black and pink gear, the crowd giving her a standing ovation that shook the arena. This wasn't just nostalgia, this was respect. From the opening bell, it was clear this was going to be a clinic. The first 5 minutes saw chain wrestling and mat-based counters. Trish showed she hadn't missed a step, outmaneuvering Tiffany and frustrating the young champion. But as the match wore on, Tiffany's youth and athleticism began to shift momentum. She hit a handspring back elbow, a stunning moonsault, and even taunted Trish by doing her classic point pose mid-match. Trish responded with thunderous chops, a bulldog, and at one point nearly scored the win with a Stratusfaction that had the crowd counting to 3, until Tiffany grabbed the bottom rope. The match had it all. False finishes, reversals, heart-stopping near falls. At one point, Tiffany even used a trick from Trish's own book, raking the eyes when the referee was distracted. In the final moments, Trish climbed to the top rope, going for the chick kick from the air. But Tiffany ducked, hit a devastating dropkick to Trish's back, and followed it with her finishing move, the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. The crowd gasped. It was over. Tiffany Stratton had just pinned Trish Stratus clean in the center of the ring. Post-match emotion. Respect or disrespect? As Tiffany's music played, she rose slowly, shocked herself by the win. The referee raised her hand, and she smirked. The crowd was stunned, divided between admiration for the performance and sadness that Trish had been beaten. But what happened next added even more drama. Tiffany looked down at Trish, still on one knee, walked over, and extended her hand. The crowd held its breath. Trish looked up and slapped it away. Trish's voice. Respect is earned, not handed out like glitter. The crowd exploded. Tiffany was left standing, half smiling, half fuming as Trish rolled out of the ring to a thunderous standing ovation. It was unclear, was there mutual respect, or was the animosity still alive? Either way, Tiffany had cemented herself in history by defeating one of the all-time greats. And the women's locker room would never look at her the same again. Locker room and fan reactions. Backstage, the reactions were overwhelming. Becky Lynch tweeted, "What a match. 2 generations. 1 night. Respect." Bailey posted, "Tiffany proved herself tonight. But she better not get cocky." Charlotte Flair, a longtime rival of Trish, wrote, "Passing the torch is never easy. But Tiffany lit that thing on fire." Even legends like Lita weighed in, saying, "Tiffany Stratton just became a made woman in WWE. Trish brought out her best." On social media, fans debated endlessly. Was Tiffany now the face of the division? Should she have shown more respect? Did Trish come back just to lose? But the overwhelming feeling was awe at the quality of the match and the storytelling that unfolded before their eyes. On TikTok, highlights of Tiffany's moonsault reached 10 million views in 12 hours. On YouTube, WWE's official post-match interview with her became the fastest-growing women's video of the year. One thing was clear. Love her or hate her, Tiffany Stratton had arrived. Tiffany Speaks, "I beat a legend." In a post-match sit-down interview, Tiffany Stratton delivered one of the most composed and emotional promos of her career. "Tonight wasn't just about me. It was about proving that the women of today can hang with the legends. Trish is incredible, but tonight I was better. And that doesn't mean I'm done. It means I'm just getting started." The normally cocky and flashy champion showed depth, gratitude, and ambition. She acknowledged the pressure, the nerves, and what it means. Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another wrestling deep dive. Until next time, this has been your WWE Evolution 2025 breakdown. And remember, legends build legacies. But tonight, the legacy was passed to Tiffany Stratton.